dim up in lights, he just wants to be heard. Whether it's the beat of the mic, he feels so unlike everybody else, alone in spite of the fact that some people...
Hey guys, we are back live. We haven't been live for 2 weeks, but we had a show last week. Oh no, we haven't been live for 3 weeks, have we? Because we give you the week off, Adam.
Very generous.
It was, yeah. We're doing our, that was very scout. We're doing our thing as we do here, as always, have you just heard them, with Adam. What's happening, lad?
Hey.
And of course, George, the Scottish Nightmare, that is. Hey dude.
Wagwan.
He's also...
That was very Scottish, George.
The most gangster of us all. Which is weird, because he's probably the whitest of us all, but anyway. Yeah, we're back, we're doing our thing, we're talking Hall of Fame. Don't know if you've seen any of our tweets or Facebooks or anything. If you haven't, then good job you've tuned in, because obviously you haven't seen anything to do with us, but there you go. We are live tweeting as always on SLTD Wrestling at SLTD Radio, where you can tweet us live. Yeah, tweet us live. Adam's on the
definitely.
Adam's on the thing. We've had a few regulars saying that we're back, so yeah, we are back.
Hi regulars.
Mainly Sam. We celebrated the birthday not so long ago, and I did tweet out saying happy birthday on Facebook and saying happy birthday. I thought it was quite nice. I mean, anyway. How are we, George? How's life? How's life?
Well, it depends on who you ask, mate. You know, some people think I'm childish, some people don't.
I like it, yeah. I see what you've done there. It's clever.
Yeah.
That's a little inside joke right there, we'll say.
Yeah, which only two of us really understand. So.
Yeah, it's kind of a little... And that's okay, it's all good. You know what I mean? I'm sure if somebody wants to ask, you probably would tell them, just not on the show. I think that's the way it usually works.
But yeah, other than that, man, good. Just busy with all the WrestleMania stuff that's happening, so just trying to find time where I'm not talking about wrestling is few and far between, really.
Do you know what I think is quite funny? Is that you still maintain not watching wrestling, and yet you are still so involved in this site. It's really quite I'm impressed, I'll be honest with you.
Thanks, man.
I'm impressed, yeah. I'm scared that you're going to go, fuck it, I'm done. But I'm still impressed. as of like 2034 on Thursday the 20th, is it? 21st, 20th? I am impressed. Now whether someone listens to this in a year's time and they're like, I don't know why I'm listening to this, SLTV doesn't exist. But yeah, I'm impressed. There you go. How the hell are you, lad?
I'm alright. I'm suffering slightly from colds, so if you hear any funky noises going on during the show in the background, it's probably me.
Okay.
A little bit of that as well.
You don't need to do this on you don't need to bring, like, it sounds like Brad's like cough is back. Brad had, like, I swear to God, like in episode 0, right, when Brad was on the show, what was quite funny was that I obviously spent some time with him. He's my brother, that's what you do. And I swear to God, he never ever sniffed or like coughed or anything until I hit like, we're going live, and he'd be like, that's all he'd do all day. For like 2 hours, and then as soon as it'd stop, he'd have a drink and he'd be sound for 2 weeks. That's literally what it was like. Are you kidding me?
It must be chaos of radio.
It must be, yeah. Considering I do the most talking.
We've had our first tweet anyway.
Sam was our first tweet.
Across the pond at ATP Wrestling, listening to our show for the first time, saying impress me boys. I'm pretty sure that first 5 seconds probably didn't impress
Probably
me
didn't,
boys.
no. Probably didn't. But yeah, we're live, we're doing our thing, you know what I mean? It's all good. Hopefully you'll stick around to, you know, interact some. You know what I mean?
Give your views.
Yeah.
How are you, lad?
On said Hall of Fame. I'm good. I almost like don't want to tell you why the only thing that's annoying me at the minute, because it's the gayest thing ever, as I said to you before. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay, I'm just saying. But yeah, I can't really see properly, because I shaved my head recently, which I do every week, and I put a bit too much moisturiser on my face, and it's gone in my eye, and my eyes are killing. And as much as I wash my eyes, I've still got that burning sensation in my eyes off moisturiser, which is, you know, it's not very manly, we'll say, but it's proper hit. Like,
shaved your head, make us laugh. We'll be all made.
What are you trying to say, lad? Trying to say I don't need to shave my head? Trying to say I'm bald?
Not trying. No, yeah, I'm trying, yeah.
But no, but I'm not that feeling like this hair. You know what about? Feel it, George. Okay, let's not. Let's not. Right.
No, it's not.
Talking Hall of Fame because it's WrestleMania season, and right in the middle of WrestleMania season, slap bang in the middle, these Hall of Fame right there, isn't he? How good are you going to be on this show?
Probably El Terrible.
Do you think? Because I'm assuming, here's my assumption, right, that if there's a Hall of Fame inductee, I would think the criteria should be that if you've watched a bit of wrestling, you should recognise his name.
I have views and opinions.
That's what I'm saying. So I think that would be a perfect way of looking at it, that if you don't know who that guy is, then he should not be in the Hall of Fame.
That is a good basis. I like that.
Because you watch, I mean, anybody from the Attitude Era is a given, you know what I mean? Like, Val Venus could go in there. Totally undeserved. To be fair, I don't know if he deserves it, but you could go in there and you'd be like, yeah, I know him. D'Lo Brown, yeah. Get the Godfather in there, is right. Yeah. Tatanka, let's do it. You know what I mean? Takamichi, no clue. Yeah, let's have a go.
The Japanese contingent at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, make it continental. That's fine. But, you know, like Abdullah the Butcher.
Abdullah the Butcher?
Yeah. Coco Beware.
Yeah.
Yeah, you beware. See, the people like this, you won't know, will you?
No.
You know what I mean?
But that's not happening. Obviously, they're not going in it.
Okay. Alright, Sam. Okay, that's Sam. Right, we're just gonna dive in, right, with this year's Hall of Fame, because it seems stupid to go back and talk about old Hall of Famers if we're not gonna talk about this year's Hall of Fame. So, the inductees at the minute are, I have them written down here because, you know, I'm not very right. But
Whoa. You've got notes?
yeah, I've always got notes now. Listen.
There you go. Like thumb slapping the notebook wasn't working for you there, was it?
No, shit, I've closed the booth now. Close the booth. Right. The inductees.
I hate to break it to you, but they're on the screen.
Are they? Oh, well, I've written them down, so anyway. The inductees up to now this year are The Ultimate Warrior, Jake the Snake Roberts, Lita, Paul Bearer, Carlos Colon, and Mr. T. Right. I'm assuming there's going to be at least one more, maybe two. I'm thinking one more in a faction, or at least a faction. I'm not sure. It's stable. George, in your expert opinion in Hall of Famers, who do you think, like, you know, out of them, do they like deserve? Is the class of 2014 deserving in your eyes, or are you like, ew? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they do deserve it. It's better than some of the classes that we've had before. Like there was one from like 2008 where the only one I knew was the $1 Million Man. I didn't know anybody else.
Yeah.
It's like
Bob Uecker, I knew him as well. But that's it. $1 Million Man and Bob Uecker. That's it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
no idea, but yeah, all of them deserve it. They've all made an impact. I think the Warrior's in there just for services to crazy bastardness. I think that's the reason for his induction. Like,
okay, that's fair. Do you think? I think what's quite funny is, do you think Carlos Colon is in there because of the joke that JBL kept making every time Primo and Epico came out? He was like, "Yeah, I've got the cough now." Yeah, Carlos Colon, the daddy still owes me money and stuff like that. Because there was a bit of beef over it on Twitter. Like every time Epico and Primo came out, who are now El Matadoros or something. El Matador, you know the
Are they the Matadors?
Yeah.
Hey,
well, that's Primo and Epico, who used to be a tag team way back when, with Rosita. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Yeah. They were like Carlos Colon's their dad, right? And he's like owns wrestling in where does he own wrestling?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, yeah. But he like owns it. Like literally no one promotes wrestling in Puerto Rico except this guy, or used to anyway. He just like owns it.
So he's a don.
Pretty much, yeah. In wrestling, yeah. So, and JBL kept making this joke every time they came out that like the daddy owed me money, which is probably true. But he kept making it, and everyone on Twitter was like, "How dare you say this about Carlos Colon, blah blah blah." and then lo and behold, a few months later, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Well, maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's a little bit odd. A little bit like Jake the Snake. I think Jake the Snake's a little bit odd. I only think the fact that he's in there is because he made so many references to WWE that they have to do something. I think.
And I think if JBL was here, he'd say that you were buying into a conspiracy theory.
Maybe.
That's his favourite shout at the minute.
That is probably true. What do you think of because now they have like wrestlers, and then they have like the one diva every year, and then they have the celebrity. So what do you think of Lita being inducted into the Hall of Fame, George?
I don't know, like, it's quite weird. She deserves to go in, but is she not a bit young to be going in? Like, surely it should be for people in their 40s, 50s, you know, guys that haven't been around for 10 or so years should be the ones that are going into the Hall of Fame. It shouldn't be people that, and to be fair, she could probably still go and be better than, well, she would be better than every other diva that's on the card. So, I don't know, I find it a bit strange.
I thought it was kind of, I don't want to say it's too soon, because that's a stupid shout, but it's a bit too soon. Like, she's not, you know what I mean? Like, Sunny being in there, fair play, you know what I mean? Like, even Trish, I think Trish went in there a bit too soon. Like, Trish was a shock to me.
Yeah, but the fact that Trish is in there, and Lita and Trish were like the same.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I think
and to be fair, Lita was a good diva wrestler.
Yeah, she was, yeah.
Technically sound, I believe is the term.
Yeah, man. The last Divas match I cared about was Trish Stratus versus Lita in Trish's last ever match. That was a blinder of a match, that, I'm telling you. Can't remember where it was, but it was in a hometown. It was in a hometown. I can't remember what event it was. And like Trish was Trish was the women's champion, and it was like she kind of retired as the women's champion, and the match was just. It was just bossed out from start to finish. It's like proper. You know, when you get engrossed in something and like it's a match that you're like, oh my god, they actually care about the outcome. It never happens in a Divas match because it's just going through the motions. It was so good. You know what match you're talking about, don't you, George?
Yeah, sorry, I was getting carried away there, but yes, I do know what match you're talking about.
That was the last, not the last match, but that was one Divas match. That's like, oh my god, that was a good match. Like, Jesus.
Yeah. We've had a couple of streaks already. Across the pond, but Taka Michinoku, Hall of Fame of 2015.
Defo.
With that.
Hashtag that, get it trending.
He's also put Lita deserves to go in, but not Jake Roberts. Question mark, what's going on here?
Why don't you think Jake Roberts deserves to go in?
I think he does think that Jake Roberts does deserve to go in. Did we say that Jake Roberts doesn't deserve to go in? Because he blatantly does deserve to go in.
I don't know. See, the thing, it's a weird one for me, because I think, I know, well, I don't know, but I know the gist of why he got fired, like from various books and various like different reports. Whether they're all true or not, I don't know. But the gist is the reason he got fired in the first place was because he was off his cake all the time and couldn't. He was just, his nerves were that bad. I think it was a SummerSlam. I think that's where I got thinking. But his nerves were that bad that he needed to like get on something to calm down. And from what I've heard, this is totally speculation, but a few people have mentioned it in roundabout ways that Kevin Kelly had to go out and score some shit. Bring it back for him.
Just went to a guy on the nearest street corner.
Bring it back to him. Or Jake Roberts has phoned his geezer and Kevin Kelly's gone out together. No, Kevin Kelly who does the Charleston. Know what I mean? Yeah. Right, so he's gone out, scored some shit. Jake Roberts has gone out being sound and come back, and Vince has been like, sounds fired. And that's why he went. That's the short version, but that's the gist.
Yeah, but all of his work before then.
Oh yeah, that's fine. But if you're gonna shit all over, like, I get that, right, and I understand that he is awesome. But I think if you're gonna fuck something up that bad, then you don't deserve to be in a Hall of Fame. Like, nobody knows that story because it's never been like released in the sense of like WWE have said it. So if WWE don't say it, then it's not true. But different things and different, you know, like people have mentioned it and people are this and that. Like, I was there when he was off his cake, you know what I mean? And there's no denying that he enjoyed the drugs and the booze, is it? Because since he was in DDP's house, he has, you know what I mean? But
who doesn't, to be fair? Like,
oh no, that's fine, I get that, but like, you know what I mean? When it's at the point where you've gone out in front of how many 1,000 people, and you've got, I don't want to say you've got somebody else's life in your hands, but their safety is in your hands, and you're off your binoculars on all sorts.
And you've been on uppers.
Yeah, just says to me, know what I mean?
What do you reckon, George?
I think Warrior's done far worse than that. Like,
Touche.
Probably,
so
yeah. Probably,
I don't see why, you know, you would be of the opinion that Jake shouldn't go in, but the Warrior should.
I'm not saying that necessarily the Warrior should. I'm just saying it's easy to forget why people aren't with the company a lot longer.
How they left.
Yeah.
Right, well, let's be clear here. Jake Roberts didn't kill anyone.
And that's my point, is that we're probably going to get to that at some point.
Anybody's going in except that guy.
Okay, well we will mention this, I'm sure, later on, because it will be brought up. So we will mention the situation that you are talking about in some sort of form, I'll be honest.
We've had another tweet.
Okay.
Hazelwood, Mr. Hazelwood tweeted in. He can't listen live because he's at the darts. George's favourite. He said he's heard the rumour Scott Hall might get inducted, and he thinks that can't happen. He's got to check her past, and there are so many more deserving individuals. Hashtag Sparky Plug.
There you go. Yeah, man. Sparky Plug. Love that shit. Yeah, that's what I think. These more deserving people to go in the Hall of Fame than people who fuck themselves up and ruin the opportunity that they've worked so hard for, just because they get to the dizzy heights of WWE, and then they think, well, I'm fucking bulletproof, so I'll do whatever I want and take whatever I want. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. No, like, in your words, George, like, it's like putting Jeff Harvey in the Hall of Fame because that kid's just a junkie in your eyes. You know what I mean?
Well, he is.
Exactly.
Well, he didn't do that when he was in the WWE, so...
You know, he was on how many final warnings did he have? How many 60 days off did he get? Cause
evidently enough.
Yeah.
Because he's not there anymore.
You're telling me, yeah. Jesus. He had one too many. Well, no, he was on his final warning, weren't he?
Yeah, but so's Randy Orton.
That's true, and look at him, he's still the fucking champ, isn't he?
He's still main event in WrestleMania, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, which is ridiculous, but there you go. You know what I mean?
Point across the pond. If he hadn't got clean, he wouldn't be going in.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
Because he's turned his life round. That's why he's going in. And fair play to him for doing it, because that can't have been easy for him to do. So
no, I don't think it was, but I don't know. I just think, yeah, as you say, these more deserving people. Scott Hall's the same. He's turned his life around. But
well, it's too early to tell then.
You know what I mean? No, he's a lot better now than he was 6 months, a year ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can't really say he's turned his life around in 6 months to a year.
No, but what I mean is, like, him and Jake Roberts were kind of not the same, but both did the same thing, and now they're both doing the same thing. And in the fact that they've gone to DDP and he's helped, and he's definitely, I think Scott Hall's definitely turned the corner. Whether that's the last guy I need to turn, I don't know. I don't keep an eye on it, to be honest with you. All I'm saying is he's at least trying, and he's at least doing that. And I don't think it's a bad thing that they're doing that. I just think Hall of Fame's a big thing. I don't think it means as much as it should, to be honest with you. I think that's the only time that WWE kind of break kayfabe, and they just like, you know what, this dude was cool, and it was like, we wouldn't be here without him. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that I think that's a good thing. And I think, like, for you to justify doing something so bad as getting off your K to get in the ring and then go, oh, well, Sarge, you've changed now, so yeah, we'll put you in the Hall of Fame, is a bit sketcy. I just don't think it's...
Yeah, but does he do things in the background for the WWE, no, Jake the Snake, or
no, I don't think so. He had a 2 appearance deal, or 3 appearance deal or something. That's what I've read. That he was at a Raw, he did something else, and then he's in the Hall of Fame.
Obviously, I don't know whether he'd be involved in like NXT and anything, because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
maybe he's visited the Performance Centre and he's had a word with some people. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I wouldn't know one way or the other, because it's never been mentioned. I try and stay away from dare cheats as much as I can over WrestleMania time,
well,
so
yeah.
I wouldn't know anyway. But yeah, there you go. So who else is thinking? Paul Bearer obviously deserves every bit of it, I would say. Greatest man ever.
Definitely. I just don't know if It's a bit too soon, though, isn't it? Like, he only died last year.
I know, but...
And they didn't seem that keen to put him in before he died, so...
That's true. But he was working with them when, like, the year he died, like, just before WrestleMania last year, he was meant to work WrestleMania with The Undertaker. Or as far as I knew, he was, anyway.
Is that you getting it off the dirt sheets again?
No, he was on an interview and said, if a call comes, and I've heard that Mark's mentioned it, Mark being The Undertaker, if a call comes, then I'm there. As always, if a call comes, I'm there. Like...
Yeah, so there was nothing set in stone?
No, but it would have been, I don't know, maybe they just played on it because he did die so soon, but...
Yeah, I think that's what they've done. Like, I'm not a big fan of that. He should have been in well before he died.
Yeah, probably. Okay, well, I pitched this to Adam, and I pitched this to everybody who's on the Twitter and listening. Who do you think will induct Paul Bearer? Because The Undertaker never ever breaks kayfabe. Like, only when he was the American Badass did he ever do interviews. He never sits in the crowd at Hall of Fame. He's never anywhere. He never shows his face in an audience. He never does any of that. So do you think they'd let him induct Paul Bearer?
No, I don't think he will.
Do you think they should?
No, because he's still an active wrestler, and he's the only one who's actually protected. So, no, I wouldn't let him do it. I would have Kane do it, or, Jerry Lawler was one of his big friends, so somebody like that I can see doing it.
I don't know, I just think it's a bit harsh.
I think he might. I think The Undertaker might, and only because, and probably the reason why Paul Bearer is getting inducted is because it's The Undertaker's last. But then again, that's WrestleMania, sort of thing. Yeah. But then again, even in the future, if he got inducted like 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, The Undertaker would come back and induct him then.
Yeah, I suppose.
So maybe not.
It's just a weird one that you just think.
But I thought Kane possibly would.
The fact that, like, last year's WrestleMania, Undertaker shed a tear when the thing came up on the Titans run to say, like, in memory of type of thing, and it had Paul Bearer's face and you know what I mean. I would just think it would be kind of nice to have him do it, but at the same time, it's like, how much do you want to protect that character?
Well, they might do it in character. For Paul Bearer.
Maybe you could do it that way. I don't know. I'm assuming whoever inducts him, he will be at least, or I would hope at least the equivalent of what he did for when Shawn Michaels left on that Raw, and he was crying and he was doing his thing and everyone came out and all that. Like, he was in the ring and before he said anything, the Undertaker, everything went dark and the gong went off, and Undertaker just stepped out of, like, gorilla position, was on the stage, tipped his hat and walked away. And I just think it was kind of like a good way of doing it. He didn't get in the ring and be like, that was a boss match, blah blah blah. Bro character, he just like tipped his hat and walked off.
Kept his silence.
Yeah, and I thought that was a good thing. So I think it would be nice to have some sort of hat tip in the sense of for Paul Bearer. I would hope.
I would imagine he would be.
Well, I would hope so.
You see, in that case, that's WWE's fault for not planning it better. Like, they should have waited until they knew The Undertaker was going to have had his last match, and then he could induct Paul Bearer, and there wouldn't be any of this confusion.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, to be fair. If they would have waited for another year or so, or at
fucking
least to
idiots.
find out, yeah. At least to find out if The Undertaker is going to be at next year's WrestleMania. And if he isn't, be like, okay, well, we'll induct Paul Bearer, and you can induct him, because then the character is what it is. And it's ended this year, and then that can be another.
Yeah, the story's closed.
Yeah,
and then
The Undertaker is done type thing. Yeah.
Joe Black tweeted in saying only Taker should induct Bearer, but Kane probably will. And he's also put, do you think DDP should go in? No one noticed the pattern. Paul, Jake, why not the trifecta?
Yeah, maybe, but yeah, I suppose.
Accountability crew.
Okay.
I don't know why I said that like that then.
I think DDP should, but these other people who should as well. It's whether they get round to it, shouldn't they? You know what I mean?
And there's other contenders before DDP to put in.
I would say so, yeah.
Let's face it, his career wasn't that great anyway, so I would hang off. There's other
WCW,
deserving people that should be in there before him.
Yeah, I think that with like WCW, he wasn't the biggest thing in WCW, to be fair.
No.
But,
you need to remember, he was a champion in WCW when David Arquette was a champion. You know what I mean? So.
Didn't he help David Arquette become the champion?
Something like that. So, which pretty much proves any prick could have been a WCW champion.
In the 3-tier cage match. I remember watching that.
Jesus fuck.
3-tier cage match, fuck me, with Jeff Jarrett and somebody else. Can't remember who that was. To be fair, DDP is inducting Jake the Snake, so maybe have him there would be nice. Like, the crowd will be chanting either way. You know what I mean? But there you go. What I think is a little bit weird is it says on Wikipedia. Now I'm not saying this is true. It seems to be full of bullshit like claims tonight. But anyway,
that you're not standing by.
No, not really. Just you know, whatever. Gonna throw it out there. The Ultimate Warrior, it says on Wikipedia that Linda McMahon is inducting him. How random is that?
Well, would you let Vince McMahon induct you after putting out a DVD like that?
Yeah, I suppose so. If I'm gonna accept the payday, then I'll accept whoever wants to induct me. You know what I mean? That's kind of, if I'm man enough to be like, well, okay, we'll sort something out because you're paying me mega money. After sending out a DVD saying I'm basically shit at what I did, then I'm assuming he sat down with Vince at some point and Vince has gone, well, you know, I've got loads of money and you haven't, so what do you want? Basically, that's kind of, I think, the way it's gone, to be honest. Like,
maybe Linda's just thought, on an argument with Vince here.
Maybe Linda was like
the Ultimate Warrior, you know.
Maybe Linda was like a big part of his career back in the day, like in the backstage. She
must have been, or so must she?
You know what I mean?
What, putting his face paint on, like.
I don't.
Maybe she was a makeup artist.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe she was like, well, your face is weird. Hey, I've got
what happened was she bought Steph a bike, right? For Christmas, and then that was it.
I was like, oh my god, that should be your ring attire.
Oh my god, know what you two.
Yeah. Oh my god, wouldn't it be boss if somebody came down and said, like, we've got an undertaker, we've got a dentist, we've got like all these occupations, we've got a recall man. What we need is a girl's bike. Let's do it. So yeah, maybe that's what happened. I don't know. Maybe it was a big thing for. Like Linda was a big part of him being there, or I don't know. Maybe he asked for Linda. I don't know. That's the thing. I'm just spitballing that. That's what it says. Who do you think should induct the Ultimate Warrior?
Whoever was giving him his steroids. So probably Vince.
Dr. Black. Should have looked everyone. You know what I mean? I would say Hogan, to be honest.
Are you kidding me?
Why? Why not?
Did you not see those videos that the Warrior put up, where he just basically ripped the shit out of Hogan?
That's why.
Massive homosexual.
Yeah, basically, and he was like, yeah, Hogan's. I'm the only person who didn't have a go on your wife and all that. Yeah, I know all that stuff. I mean, true story.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen then, is it?
I'm just saying. Well, I'm assuming the assumption is that Hogan's going to be in the crowd or there or thereabouts.
He must be there
because he's back.
He's hosted.
No, well, it's the night before.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. He's hosted the day after, so
that's what I mean. It would seem strange for him not to be there. So I'm hoping that he has a little pop. You know what I mean? Like when did Austin induct somebody? Did Austin induct Piper or somebody like that? I can't remember who it was. Austin inducted somebody. And Hogan was sitting behind him and he was like, yeah, I've just looked in my bag and I've got a kind of whoop ass for Hogan. And everyone went fucking mental for it. It's proper good, to be honest, but, you know, who knows. Yeah, I just think, I don't know why, I don't know who could induct Ultimate Warrior. Sting, maybe, because they were a tag team years ago. And they're trying to get, like, Sting sort of back in the company, but no. That'd be a good one. To have Sting induct them. Because they were.
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, it's better than Linda. It's just some old woman who ran for Senate a few years ago. Give me some ideas,
old woman who runs the company. Like.
Whatever, lad, whatever. Runs the company.
I'll just say, she's some old woman. I used to love Linda, lad.
Yeah, of course
she did. Linda.
Yeah. I want
that tremendous music that she had as well.
Yeah, that was a belter. That was a ringtone for so long. No music.
Oh, I was going to say, no music. She just like suddenly turns up, coming out and like, what's happening here?
She's like, who's this walking down, small woman?
Who's this? Come on, get a song, girl.
Well, come on, give me some ideas then. Who do you think should induct Ultimate Warrior? Who did he have a career-defining match with outside of the Undertaker, outside of Hulk Hogan?
Well, sadly, the only other ones are dead.
Well, that is
And that's not me making a crass joke. That's just the truth.
It's not like you, George.
No, yeah.
Oh, there's plenty of those to come. I made one yesterday. I'm just trying to calm down.
Yeah, we know you made one yesterday. Bloody hell.
I'll have to get on that later.
You should get on it now while Greg's talking.
If you want to know what the crash joke was, read just read them all. George's WrestleMania reviews up to yesterday, and see if you can find the disgusting joke that he put inside one of them. It's like a prize.
That's an interesting choice of words that you used there as well.
It is a terrible, it's a proper bad, but you can't help but go, ooh, yeah, that's lovely too. You know what I mean? It's like a, it's like a meme you shouldn't laugh at. Okay. So
yeah, just look at WrestleMania 11. That's the only one you need to look at.
So we're fairly certain that obviously DDP is going to induct Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Who do we think will induct Lita?
Not Matt Hardy.
Anyone but Matt. Do you think Edge would? Wouldn't that be funny?
No, it would be funny.
You know what I mean?
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy's too busy being fat somewhere.
Yeah, he
for
is.
that.
He's in
So-
Ring of Honor, isn't he? I would
No
say
idea.
Trish, to be honest.
Trish probably will. Tori Wilson, maybe.
Why Tori Wilson?
Don't know.
You
Why
just
not?
want to see her?
Just
wanna see her?
Just like
Um,
beautiful man.
Well, it'd have to be either Edge or Christian because they're not going to use any of the Hardys, are they?
yeah, I would think, but it can't be Edge, can it? Barely. It's a bit much.
That would be pretty funny.
It would be, I would think maybe Trish. I don't
Just a
know.
big two fingers up to Matt Hardy. Haha.
Wouldn't it be funny if S.A. Rios did it? If S.A. Rios came out of nowhere, we're just like, hey. And just
Big old school.
Yeah, man. Anybody know who S.A. Rios is? Throw out a tweet for S.A. Rios. Yeah. The greatest light heavyweight champion ever. Just going to throw it out there.
I don't think he'll be like.
I wonder if he is on, actually, yeah. Tweet. No, it's not.
I don't know how to say. I don't know how you spell it.
ESSA.
Yeah.
RIOS. S.A. Rios. That's right, isn't it? 2 words though.
There's no tick next to it.
Of course, he's not gonna. Are you kidding me? Make S.A. Rios 2 words. Yeah, that would be funny. I think it's gonna be Trish, to be honest. I think it'd be quite funny if they did a little swerve or something and tried to be dead clever and did AJ do it. Because like,
She fucking annoys me, that woman, man.
S.A. Rios Hall of Fame 2015 along with Taka Michinoku. We're writing this Hall of Fame 2015 here.
We are, yeah. 2015, S.A. Rios, Taka Michinoku, genius.
Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Dwayne Gill. Oh, what a guy. What a guy.
You mean he hasn't been inducted already? Yeah.
That's Alex's second favourite, and Mr. Hazelwood, I should say. Mr. Hazelwood's second favourite wrestler after Sparky Plug. Sparky Plug, 2015, Hall of Fame, telling you. Sparky Plug. Hashtag Sparky Plug. Yeah, hashtag Repo Man, do that one as well. Yeah, I just think it would be, to have AJ Lee do it because, she loves her. She's like an idol and that, to do it. I think it would be interesting, to say the least. I'll be honest. And Paul Bearer, obviously, we're unsure of who could possibly do that, because I think the Undertaker should, but I also think
what way to go with it.
I know, but I am of the opinion that the Undertaker should get beat before he leaves. But there you go. Anyway.
You are under the wrong opinion.
You don't think that he should get? You don't think he should lose the streak?
No.
Why? It's how wrestling works, man. Why wouldn't he?
Not just no.
Why?
Not just then I'd be like, wow, that was a pointless 20 times previous, wasn't it?
No, and that's how it like moves on. Is that you get somebody to brag about it for fucking 10 years. We've already had this conversation.
I'd be Taker. Well, she'll be fighting fucking Daniel Bryan then, shouldn't he?
Just saying. Do you think that Undertaker's streak should be beaten, George?
Yeah, I do.
See?
Before he retires.
Yeah, see? and then you have somebody grow on that and be like, yeah, my first victory or my whatever victory is over the Undertaker. I am better than anybody from the last 20 years, blah, blah, blah.
You think that's
As long as it's not that guy that does it, I'm fine with it.
What guy? Oh, it won't be that guy. He doesn't need it. But a new star, Ambrose, I would say.
Ambrose, Reigns, Bray Wyatt. I think Undertaker retires when he gets to 25 matches.
Really?
Yep.
What's he on now? 22? This is 22nd.
Yep.
He could be dead in 3 years. You're kidding me? Did you see how old he was before he JFM'd his beard? Jesus. He's a pissed off going round and he looks like older than my granddad.
I am telling you now, there is no way they will pass up Undertaker against that guy at WrestleMania. There's no way. It's just not going to happen.
I think that Undertaker Bray Wyatt, just for the promos, would be fucking fantastic. Imagine them two going for it and Bray Wyatt. I like Bray. I mean, I like John Cena, but John Cena's shut up.
George thought he was getting away with not saying his name.
The promos that Bray Wyatt's pulling out against John Cena now are fucking perfection. Not half.
Only for John Cena to turn around and call him a homeless guy instead of actually selling the promo.
Yeah.
He goes back to his cock-ass comedy.
I liked it.
Bray Wyatt's going to be ruined at WrestleMania. You'll just get fed to him and that'll be it. The gimmick will be dead.
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to be John Cena's going to get his ass kicked. And then, the one thing I was scared of, and this is really bad, George, and you're going to proper hate me for this, but you know last week I said, I'm scared of seeing John Cena get beat down by all of the Wyatt family, and then, like him getting beat down and Hulk Hogan's music come on and do his thing, and then they get thrown out the ring, and Hulk Hogan and John Cena are doing Hogan poses and that. It happened on Raw 2 weeks ago. And
Told you that, didn't I?
I loved it. The thing goes like, I hope this doesn't happen. Oh my god! And then as soon as it did, I got all tingly and turned 5 again. I was like, this is bad. So yeah, I don't know what happened to me, but yeah, I do apologise, George. I'm a bit ashamed of myself, but the first thing's admitting it. That's the first step. So.
By the way, across the pond, Street of Train, SABOS is wrestling the CMLL in Mexico as Mr. Aguirre at the moment. I think I've pronounced that right.
Mr. Aguila, yeah. Search Mr. Aguila. Gotta say it with a little accent.
Mr. Aguila.
Yeah, Mr. Aguila. Like Lillian Garcia speaks complete American until she says Ricardo Rodriguez or Alberto Del Rio. She's like, hi, yes, Alberto Del Rio. Like that.
She's got a deep voice.
Know what I mean? It's a Rios. Like that. She says it all the time. It's weird. I don't know why she turns Mexican. I don't get it. But anyway, where were we up to? I've lost my train of thought.
Mr. T.
Oh yeah, no, we're up to Carlos Colon, where they're obviously Carlito and Primo. Who else? You know what I mean? Really. I like the idea of Carlito coming back for a bit though. Not coming back for a bit, but showing his face and then being okay with the company. And I like Carlito. You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny you should mention that because, like, the WrestleManias that I've been watching this week, he was over as fuck.
Yeah, he was. He was for a
while. At WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Which is weird when you think about it. It's just some prick spitting an apple at people, but they seem to love it, so...
Him and his goons fucking stabbed John Cena. I know why you like him, you know what I mean? Just saying.
There's a surprise. Cena kicked out of there as well, did he?
Yeah, he did, yeah. Yeah, he got stabbed in a bar. He did, John Cena did. That's why he lost.
He's the only one that could get sent to the electric chair and kick out. I swear to fuck.
True. It's proper true. Not even joking.
He'd need to have the lethal injection closely followed by in order for it to work.
He's just attitude, just that lethal injection. I'm not tuning in on your bashing Cena. I love the guy.
I don't mind Cena. It's fun to bash him with George because whoa, that sounds
that sounds like a game I don't want to play. Jesus. You're going to use 3 bashing John Cena? Use 3 bashing John Cena?
You just included yourself in a game that you don't want to play. Okay.
I'm holding the camera. Stop it. I like John Cena. He's my favourite wrestler. Carlito was over as fuck. Yeah. Shame that Primo is not. Shame that his little El Torito is more over than him.
He is. I love El Torito.
I know,
he's amazing.
I know. I wanted El Torito versus Hornswoggle at WrestleMania.
El Torito would kill Hornswoggle.
With Max Mini as the special guest referee.
I'd just be like,
and
midget then.
and Dink the Clown as the special enforcer. That's what I want. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want this? Why wouldn't you want midget wrestling? I'm not being funny, but watching someone.
Just a load of mini lumberjacks.
Yeah, watching a tag team match or an actual match where they're bouncing and using the bottom rope as a bounce. just genius to me. And then it takes like 4 steps to get to the top rope, and then like it's a proper.
Nothing else to eat, so it doesn't.
Well, and then like the splash is like proper. You sky high, touching the rafters when you're not. You're just falling off.
You know, the arms would be swinging like Billy.
And I don't know why you wouldn't want to see this. It's midgets wrestling, man. Why would you not want to see this? It's genius. Anyway, George's and Fitz in the corner.
One midget dressed as a leprechaun, the other as a bull.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Max Mini just in his referee shirt rolling out.
Just.
Yeah. People at WrestleMania, 2 fellas coming over with like Everton things on and like a British flag, and one of them nudging the other one just to go, how far away is he?
How far away is he?
Just for that. That's
far away is he?
Yeah. Thought you got good seats. How far away are they? That's genius. Why would you not want that? Front row. Anyway, Mr. T hasn't got a... what do you think of Mr. T getting inducted? Do you think he's a deserving member of the celebrity wing, George?
He's probably the only one that is deserving of being in the Hall of Fame.
I would totally agree. Who else is in the celebrity wing? Trump.
I love
fucking everybody.
Trump is. Pete Rose is. Bob
as long as you're famous and you've had your face on screen for about 5 seconds, you get in.
Oh yeah, Tyson deserves it. Tyson deserves to be in there, I think.
Drew Carey.
Oh yeah, Drew Carey, I forgot about him. Yeah, I think Tyson deserves it. But yeah, Mr. T probably does. Tyson's never been in a match. Mr. T was in the main event at WrestleMania 1.
Tyson was in a match, he ended up seriously hurting someone.
Yeah, probably. When was that? 97?
Maybe not back then. Like,
George, was he?
8.
98, sorry, yeah, 98. WrestleMania 98. Shawn and Austin. Biff Shawn in the face. Biffed him dead hard.
Just pure Walden.
Yeah, they did, yeah, proper biff.
Shawn Michaels sold that for 4 years.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, man. Didn't that make his eye wonky? Wasn't that what it was?
I don't know.
I think it was.
Maybe he had a stroke or something, I don't know.
I remember him talking about that, his eye thing, on one of the extras of, what's it called? Of, Greatest Rivalries Blu-ray, with Bret Hart. And he talked about it. And Bret Hart just asked him straight out, like, I don't think everyone's ever just gone.
But with the eye.
Basically. That's literally what happens. They're just sitting there talking and like chatting and that. I know we're going off a little tangent, but fuck it, they're both Hall of Famers, so we can talk about this. Still in the confines of Hall of Fame. Yeah, and he's just like, so, let's do with the eye. Basically, that's what he says.
Just ran out of console. So with your eye,
yeah. And Shawn Michaels is just like, yeah, basically, it's just like, I've been the doctor and that. And they can't tell me what it is. It's basically just a bit lazy. Like some days it's sound, and then after a while it's like boop, and just pops to the side, and I don't notice it's doing it because I can still see. It just
fuck this.
Yeah, every so often his eye just wanders off like that, and it's just like, all right, okay.
Just another reason why it looks exactly the same as the other.
Yeah, it's like, can you fix it? Oh no, yeah, probably could, but who's bothered now? No, just like. Yeah, fair play. So yeah, his eye just pops off to the side for some reason. Don't know why. Neither does he.
Who do you reckon will induct Mr. T?
I'm gonna go with Hogan or Piper. I think I would say. Who would you say, George? Only because they're the only 2 people I know who's had any kind of fucking interaction with him.
Yeah, same as you, mate. Hogan or Piper, I think.
I would hope for Piper. I'll be honest.
So would I, but. You know what's going to happen, don't you? That big yellow and red albatross is going to fuck it up somehow.
Yeah, gonna grunt on there, or just come on the stage and just grunt for a bit, like that. That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, that's really, really concerning. Like, see when you go back and watch his old promos and he's doing that, you're like, have you got some bad mucus or something? Like, what the fuck's going on? He's going. Fucking arsehole.
Not even a good insult, just fucking arsehole. You bastard.
I'm too tired to think of any decent insults.
I think I would hope for Piper. To be fair, no, if you watch the Hall of Fame, what was it, the Hall of Fame that you said when DiBiase gets inducted?
2008 or something.
2008, yeah, it is, yeah, 2008. Piper inducts Wendy Richter. That's right, isn't it? Wendy Richter. That's the right name. That woman's champion. Anyway, Wendy Sutton. And his induction of her is the best thing of the night. Comes out like a fucking pimp.
DiBiase was 2010.
Was it 2010? Who does Piper induct? Wendy Richter, innit?
Wendy Richter,
there you go. And yeah, he comes out like the coolest guy in the world. He just walks out, double-breasted pinstripe suit and a pinstripe thingy hat.
Fedora.
Yeah, fedora. Right, just sits there and goes, only one they had in the shop. Someone had to buy it. Takes his hat off, just chatting shit. Just that's that. I had such a crush on it. I had the induction is genius. He's just pulling out little jokes every so often, and then he's just making himself laugh. Puts his hat back on, takes it off. Puts his hat back on, takes it off. Talking, just chatting shit, pointing at people. Just he's just not. I don't know. I think he's a bit drunk, to be honest with you. He's just saying whatever he wants, and then he's just no, let's get down to it. It's just that's the induction of the night. It's just worth watching just for that. It's fucking genius. If you like Piper, it's boss. It's just old school shit that he's just chatting bubbles for 20 minutes and then goes, oh yeah, right, why am I here? Okay, sound cool, and gets on with it. It's proper funny. But yeah, so there you go. Little thing that someone should check out is his induction. And then she just lumbers out like someone's mum. She just looks like a random woman that you've met in Walmart or something.
Just doing the shopping.
Yeah, just in a nice dress. Hi, thanks. That's what she does. It's kind of funny. But yeah. Anyway.
I would like to see Shane O'Mac induct Mr. T purely on the basis that I definitely he's a massive fan.
Just to have Shane O'Mac do something.
I just want to see Shane O'Mac, to be honest, but I just definitely be a massive fan.
I'd love to see Shane O'Mac fight Mr. T, that would be good.
That would be a beat.
I reckon that's what happens at the end.
Yeah, man, I think just Shane O'Mac doing anything at all is good in my book, to be honest.
Well, I think he should induct Mr. T.
No, he said years ago, I don't know if you've we'll slightly go off on this a little bit, but years ago when he was a vice president or whatever he was in the company, he got asked about an actual Hall of Fame building getting built. Somebody said what are the chances of you've got a Hall of Fame, would you actually build a Hall of Fame? And he was like, oh yeah, we've got all a warehouse full of memorabilia and stuff that's from WrestleMania and just everything that they've just kept in a warehouse somewhere. So my question to you is, do you think they should have an actual Hall of Fame, in Disney World or something?
Not in Disney World.
You know what I mean? No, you know what I mean? No, have a Busch Gardens.
I think yeah.
The only other one I can think.
Alton Towers.
Alton Towers.
Yeah.
I think we should.
Yeah.
I guess because it's
Legoland.
Be a sort of Legoland with the Wrestling Hall of Fame. Might work.
Could do. Have Lego people in there, it'd be sound. I mean, a Lego Ric Flair, that'd be sound.
Isn't John Cena a Lego man anyway?
I was going to say, he's made a Lego. He's actually made a Lego. Yeah, would you is it something that you as a new fan and old fan that had 10 years that you weren't a fan, would you be I'll go to that, I want to see that?
I'd go, if I was in, not if I was in the area, not I was just passing, but when you're on holiday somewhere and you go let's do something for the day.
Yeah.
Let's go on an excursion. Let's go to the WWE Hall of Fame.
Let's go and swim with dolphins? No, let's not. Let's go to the WWE Hall of Fame. Let's do it.
There you go. That's what I'd do.
Yeah.
Them dolphins are mean. I would. Yeah, I don't know what I'd be in there, but obviously, I think it would be something to go and look at. Except probably the history of the wrestling.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Probably in this day and age, it'd probably have the video of the induction. of them.
Yeah, it would, yeah. And they'd probably have like, is it like Madame Tussauds, is that right?
Yeah,
The
like
equivalent of
waxwork
like
and that, like-
waxwork. They'd have stuff like that, wouldn't they? And like a waxwork of Ric Flair, and then like a waxwork of Ric Flair in Ric Flair's like robe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
That'd be good, and have like
Like
matches.
a statue of all the wrestlers and that. And then,
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think, yeah, and have like, you know,
I'm
like.
surprised that they haven't, to be honest, thinking
No, I
about
was
it.
just thinking about that, yeah. Like a fan access type of thing. You know, on fan access, they have like all like rings and shit like that, and like you can have entrances and, you know what I mean? All like stuff like that. I think it'd be cool to do, and like you can go in and like little like commentary booths where you can commentate on your favorite WrestleMania match in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think they should. They should do
I think
that.
it'd be a moneymaker, like, you know what I mean? It'd always be
Like
cool.
I say, I'm surprised they haven't, because
Yeah, it's a bit shocking that they haven't, if you ask me.
it's a fucking good idea.
Yeah, man,
We've gone in the
fucking done it.
pipeline.
We've just done it for them.
Shane, give us a call, lad. Discuss
Yeah.
deets.
Get on the blizzle, lad. Get on the blizzle. George, what do you think? Do you think we're right in this, or are you just like, fuck that? What are you on about? One of them.
You see, it depends. I think it would have quite a limited appeal. So I think if they were going to do it, they could only have it over 5 or 6 weeks, every 6 months or so.
So they
Because
couldn't have it open like
they
the
lost
whole
a
time?
fuckload of money with that restaurant that they opened, remember?
Oh, WWE New York.
hmm
I always wanted to go there.
So
Fucked it when they closed
those sort
the
of
door.
things would have like a very limited appeal, so they'd have to think really, really carefully about it and not make a snap decision.
I think
Yeah,
it'd be more
I
about
suppose.
placements of it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Depends where it was. Like,
If it was in like a wrestling town, you know, like New York or Chicago or anywhere in the Carolinas, then I think it would be fine, but
Philadelphia. No?
very, very good.
Ah, yeah. Shout Madam Jesus, Greg. Yeah.
Philadelphia's a wrestling town, man, I'm telling you. New York would be the place to be, I think.
I don't know, maybe they could work out some kind of deal where they get like a space in Madison Square Garden where they can have it, so they don't actually have to like
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
hire or lease an office, and they could just, or a building, they could just put it in a bit of Madison Square Garden.
Just like a
Just have it
rented
there.
space.
Would they do it on, do you think it would work if they moved it round? Like a travelling bookstore?
More like a travelling circus, that's what they are already, isn't it?
Yeah, like, not like move it around, but like if they had it in certain buildings, like,
Yeah, well then you might as well just
Basically,
take it with you everywhere you go on like.
not really, because
Well, you could, because if you're going to do it, then you'd probably do it. If you're going to do like a travelling one sort of thing, you'd probably have it in like one trailer that folds out. And then you might as well take it to all of your shows anyway that you go with, and then it's something else for the fans to fucking spend the money on.
Yeah, but
Not a bad idea. It would give Ric Flair somewhere to stay, wouldn't it, if it had a travelling circus? So,
But do you reckon he wouldn't have like a statue of him, it'd just be him?
Ric Flair, just every time someone goes up to look and they think it's this waxwork, he just woos in their face.
He just goes, woo! And just makes people shit themselves.
like if you're walking around, like probably any town these days, but Liverpool town, because that's the one I walk around, and it's got all them statues that when kids walk past, they're like, "Wah-ah," like that, and
Yeah.
move, the guy with the gun and that, "Wah-ah," like that. Kids shit
Yeah.
themselves.
I know what you mean, the painted fellas.
Yeah, man, yeah, that makes
There was
sense.
a lonely soul doing that in the town the other day.
Was it, yeah.
Proper lonely
Oh.
soul. Just
If anybody
Well,
doesn't know, the townie,
Oh, yeah.
quote unquote, is
Kirby Town Centre.
basically, imagine Fraggle Rock. Fraggle Rock with a lot more trackies. That's it, really.
Well, yeah.
Or jogging suits if you're American, but yeah, track suits. Like, but imagine like instead of jogging, like what you wear to go to the gym. Imagine what you wore to go to the gym. Yeah, something you wore to go to the gym, but then stop going to the gym, but then kept wearing it, and then put on like £40.
And just hang around outside Greg's all day.
Yeah, not mine, the baker's, basically. Yeah, so there you go. That's kind of, Fraggle Rock.
I'd never seen one, and there was one there, and I thought, I'm not even going to throw you a sympathy quid.
I literally haven't got a quid, mate.
You're on your own on that one.
Yeah, that's a bit sad. Did he look good?
No, it was just white. I don't even know what he was, to be honest. I walked past and just said,
White
I don't know
always
what
good.
you are.
I don't know what you are.
I just carried on walking.
Imagine. Have we got any tweets, by the way? You're not even on Twitter, are you?
No, nobody's tweeting.
No one's tweeting, no.
The SA Rios show.
No, that's a shame. No. I wonder why we've got a direct message. That's what I don't get.
That keeps on coming up,
And it's not ours.
but that's nothing to do with the.
Okay, I just wondered.
That's still your one from before.
Okay, no worries, no danger. Yeah. So we don't think Hall of Fame is a good idea. Anyway, back to this year's Hall of Fame. So I just, I like to go off on tangents. We're all in the same boat. Like, we're in the same.
We go off on tangents all the
I
time.
know. If we're in a big house of SLTD wrestling, we're in the Hall of Fame wing still. And I was signed for this.
There's a tweet.
Oh, there's a tweet.
Let's open the box. Just tuned in. Whoop whoop. David, whoop whoop.
Well, you can listen back to the previous hour, but now you hear it sound, Davey, and I love that. We've changed lives with Whoop Whoop here. Whoop Whoop! We've changed lives, literally. Like, it's like
We've changed names.
Yeah.
All about lives.
Hashtag Whoop Whoop movement. That's what we are right now. I'm telling you, it's genius.
Yeah, fuck the S movement. It's the whoop whoop movement.
Yeah. Whoop Whoop! Don't whoop whoop like you're writing it in a book, George. Come on, give me some emphasis. Give me something.
Whoop whoop.
Wow. Wow, Mr. Entertainment right there.
Someone's got to take over that mantle, don't they?
I suppose so. Does it have to be so lackluster? Whoop, whoop.
Are you forgetting where I'm from?
Sorry, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
The Dark Ages. I'm on it. Now, I'm thinking this year's Hall of Fame is missing one, maybe two people. Right. The way I see it is, if there's 2 weeks left, there should be one more person and a stable, which is a faction. The Four Horsemen being the obvious one, because they got inducted last year. So my question is, who do you think the next person will be, or the next faction will be?
I have no clue.
I am gonna throw it out there.
Go on, sorry.
That before anyone says it, that probably DX are gonna get inducted. I'll be honest with you.
Too cool.
They have been around, lads. They came back at old school Raw. Could have a tag team. If DX don't, then definitely the Outlaws. But if you're going to do the Outlaws, why not do them all? But yeah, who do you think, George? Or do you know? Have you heard rumours? Or is it just...
Yeah, I was on the phone to Vince just before I came on the show.
Is that why it took a minute to get there? Is that why I said to you, get on the phone, George, and you were like, hang on, can't split this, can't put Vince on hold?
No, I don't know. I don't even think they will put anybody else in. I think they'll just go with that 6.
I think they're missing... I don't think they're missing someone. I just think they've got to have... Like, it's 2 weeks before to WrestleMania. So there must be somebody else. Because usually they induct someone once a week up until WrestleMania.
Well,
6 is the highest that's been inducted.
Is it, yeah?
Well,
I'm just trying to think. Whoever it is that they put in, if they put anyone else in, they're going to have to be alive, and I'm not making a sick joke. So that rules out people like Rick Rude, the British Bulldog, Owen Hart, loads of other guys.
Savage.
So, I mean, who else is there, like, that really deserves it? You shouldn't just be putting people in for the sake of putting people in.
I know that. It's who wants it, to be fair. Didn't Bruno Sammartino, like, decline about 10 times?
Yeah, he said we'd never, ever, ever go in.
What a piss.
And then he went in.
Jesus.
why did he say he wouldn't go in? Why would he not want to go in?
Because he's a massive bitch, that's why.
Yeah.
Well, that basically
That's pretty much
No,
it, like, yeah.
he didn't like how violent it was during the Attitude Era, so he didn't want to be put in the Hall of Fame.
What?
Seriously.
That's
Did
why.
you know that it's wrestling?
That's why Bret Hart
Did he
declined
take
as well.
take a few knocks on the head?
That's why Bret Hart declined a few times, because of the violence and sexual innuendo of the Attitude Era. And also we got fucked, like royally fucked in front of live TV. That could have been part of it. But you know, still.
Bret Hart's the biggest pussy in wrestling.
Yeah. What did you just say? He's the biggest pussy in wrestling.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Because he is. He's just a bitch.
He's not. He just demands respect. That's all it is.
For what?
To be fair, last time I seen him, he did look like a bitch. He did come across as being... I've changed into a bit of a bitch.
Okay.
He was bold.
Okay, I am not the biggest Bret fan, but I will defend him in the sense that most of his shit came from Triple H, really. Like, his issue with everything that happened was pretty much not Triple H's fault, but he was a part of it, in the sense of you got fucked over because of Triple H.
Yeah, but then when you come back, like,
I like
it was
Triple H.
15 years before.
I know that, but it's like everyone still remembers it. You remember Bret Hart because of the screw job.
Yeah, and he had a clear table.
To be fair, if Bret Hart hadn't been screwed, we wouldn't have got Vince McMahon, and Stone Cold wouldn't have been as big. So, if it's Bret Hart or Vince and Stone Cold, Vince and Stone Cold every day of the week.
So
Bret Hart's the biggest mark for himself that I've ever seen.
So by that equation, it's just like, well, if you're making an omelette, you got to break some eggs, and he is one of those eggs that you have to break.
Well, that's what happens.
Okay.
I'll throw a phrase out there for you, Greg.
Go on.
Collateral damage.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go with that, because if you just get mowed down in the bigger thing of what's going on, fuck yeah, it's your own fault for getting mowed down. You know what I mean?
For being a big mark for himself, like, I won't lose to Shawn Michaels in Canada. I think you'll find that Vince runs the company, not you.
Okay.
And you know that I'm not the biggest fan of Vince McMahon, and that's me sticking up for him. No, like if your boss tells you to do something, you do it. You don't bitch about it.
Okay.
I might refuse to do something tomorrow on account that I'm in my hometown. Do this job? Nah, I'm in my hometown. No, not
Yeah, there's no way I'm doing that job for you, no.
My fans would.
What an utter cunt, honestly.
To be fair, in that DVD which I mentioned earlier on, he did say that it was only the fact that he didn't want to drop it to Shawn Michaels because he had no respect. I'm just saying. Now, hindsight's a wonderful thing.
But that's not his decision.
I'm just saying that. I'm not defending him or not. I'm just saying facts of what he said and just letting everybody else deal with it. I just think it's,
And who came crawling back?
True.
Bret Hart. So.
For closure, man. Closure.
No, because he's spineless and has no integrity.
Okay. So I think it's hard to have integrity in a situation like that and to not think.
How is it?
I think it is because as you say, it's such a big company, it's such a huge thing, and it's like...
Yeah, but if he would have just got on with it and done what he was told, it wouldn't have been a huge thing, and he wouldn't have...
Exactly.
And... Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, the way that happened.
No, yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah, if he would have just dropped it, but who'd thought, like, if he did just... But then the flip side of it, that if he wasn't such a bitch, then we wouldn't have everything that we had. We wouldn't have Austin, and we wouldn't have Vince, and we wouldn't have the attitude there the way it was and stuff like that. Because he was quote unquote a bitch, all that stuff happened. Maybe if he just went to WCW and did his thing and was a professional, then maybe we wouldn't have the product that we have now, or the equivalent of.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, who knows?
Well, in other news,
okay,
a stable isn't missing, but a Sable is.
Oh, Sable, that'd be good.
That's genius from David.
Yeah. I like that.
What about Sable in Lita?
Well, why? They never ever met.
Doesn't matter.
When?
Don't know, but he must have met. I'm not having that they haven't met.
Don't think they've met. Can't see Edge hanging out with Brock Lesnar.
I remember Sable came back. I remember Sable coming back and a tiny little bit.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean?
Doesn't matter. She's not to know she's Sable.
I'm just saying, I don't make the rules.
She can just walk out with painted jokes and that will be fine by everybody.
Just because I host this show doesn't mean I've got any stroke in WWE. Alright? Just saying. Okay? Just saying. But yeah, Sable will be good, but I don't think she would. I just can't see her being in the whole thing. I apologise, but I can't.
You just wait, April 5th, and you'll be like, wow! That'll be it, lad. You'll go, Sable.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Davey, whoop whoop, was right all along.
Yeah, and I'll tweet Davey. And be like, you were right. Well done. You're right, fella.
Congrats.
Yeah, I'll even phone him. It's happening, lad. Well done, lad. Well done.
And he'll tweet you back and go, fucking spoil it for me. Not even watching it.
But I won't be watching it live because I haven't got the network. That's possibly the only thing that's going to push me to get the network, I think, because I want to watch the Hall of Fame live. And I don't want to get the network because I think it'll ruin it slightly. The fact that it's not really for me yet. Like, it's not for me yet, but like, I'm not meant to have it because I'm in the wrong country. And I think it's going to kind of ruin it in the sense of having all that content there and then the internet being bullshit and it falling apart on me. You know what I mean?
You become pissed off with it because of your poor internet connection.
Yeah, and it worries me that I just think, oh, fuck it then. Fuck the network, it's shit. Well, it's not. It's just my internet connection is horrendous.
To say the carry on paying for it anyway because you'll forget to cancel it.
Yeah, basically. That's kind of the gist.
You made me pissed off for the 6 months that he tied into it.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, I don't really, and I worry that I've got a life outside of the network, and it scares me that I wouldn't have if I had the WWE network, like literally, that would be me. Like I would not have a life outside of that thing. Like you see me when I start watching old Raws and Smackdowns, I just get lost for like days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's like meals that get missed and everything.
I know that never happens, does it?
I'm talking sets of meals, sets of 3 meals.
Exactly. So you know what I mean. That's what I'm worried about. Is that like I'll just lose all consciousness of what real life is and be watching wrestling from years and years ago. But anyway, there you go. That's me. Would you get the network, George?
Nope.
Okay, I know you don't watch it now, but would you not get the network for old school stuff?
I've got enough of that on an external hard drive. I don't need to pay £6 a month or whatever it is for the privilege of watching it again.
I've got a lot of it. A lot of the network I've got on DVD, and I've got on like discs of stuff that I've.
Let me put it this way, Greg. All the stuff that I want to watch, I already have.
Okay. Well, that's
no.
That's just asking, like, not really answering any questions. That's just giving me, like...
What about, like, interviews and that, though, that you don't, like I don't know when you...
See, the thing is, I think the way the world is, and I probably shouldn't say this live on air, but the way the world is, you don't really need the network, because sooner or later, people are going to rip it off the network and put it on somewhere else.
Indeed.
So,
yeah.
Even if you get a pipe, if you find somewhere that someone's uploading stuff off the network, you don't need to film on the network, you know what I mean? Really?
Not that we condone that type of thing, yeah.
Oh, of course not, but if you want to buy some bootleg DVDs, just tweet us. I'm joking. I'm joking, don't, but I'm not really joking. If you do tweet us, we will get it. I'm joking. I'm not joking. Yeah, that's what I think. So we kind of want it. Kind of want it because I want it. I want it because it's cool to have, but at the same time, I think...
What's the point?
I don't really need it. You know what I mean? That is a good point of like, come on, you just pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fans like us already have whatever it is that we want to watch.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's other means of finding stuff that you don't have.
Yeah.
To get it.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah.
I ain't giving them any more of my money.
Right.
Fuck that.
Is it worth it just for the pay-per-views?
No, because you can stream it, baby.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, unless you stream it, in which case...
We are buying WrestleMania, though.
Yeah, I know.
Just saying. I'll stream anything you like, but I don't like the thought of... No, what's weird about me, right, and I think this is okay. Yeah, right, I think this is allowed, because I'm going to say it, but when I lived in the house, right, and I do it now, saying that, I pay for Sky, like, I pay for Sky every month, sound, and we had cable in the house and it was sound and it was all good, and still I downloaded wrestling because I thought, well, I don't really want to watch it like there. So it was on the telly and it was sound and I could have watched it, but I still downloaded it because I don't like the thought of me being tied to a schedule of Sky or cable. Yeah. So I still download Raw and SmackDown even though I could watch it downstairs. Do you know what I mean? I just like to.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Sky
and Virgin are fucking fatal, man. I've got about 3 pages of stuff Sky Plus that I haven't even started to watch yet.
Because it's so easy. Yeah, I'll
it's fucking unbelievable.
I'll watch that at some point.
Record.
In my life.
Hit that button there. Record.
Yeah.
See ya.
I'll watch that at some point in my life in the next 20 years.
What's this series thing? I don't even know what that means. I'll have to know that though.
You know what's also right? You know what's amazing, right, about series thing? Not that I'm. This isn't like a fucking an advert for series thing, but you know what's amazing, which I didn't know. My missus series link SmackDown for me, right? Just in case, because it's murder time I get SmackDown. But anyway, my missus like series link SmackDown, and SmackDown is never on the same channel or on the same time every week. It's either on Sky 1 at like 2 bells in the morning, or it's like Sky Sports 3 at 10 o'clock in the afternoon or some shit. It's mad. There's no set time for SmackDown. I don't know why, but if something's on or something overruns or they want to put cricket on, I don't know, right?
Want to put cricket on? They
just put it on, and Sky Series Link finds the show and isn't asked where it's on. It'll fucking record that shit for you. Doesn't matter what channel it's on, what time it's on. That will Series Link the show. Like, I don't care. I'll find it. I'm Sky. I'll find fucking anything. That's what it's like. It's mad.
What I'm fucking here for.
Yeah, I don't understand how it does it. I don't get how that works. But yeah, someone can explain this to me from Sky. Tweet Sky.
Alright, so who's season we've gone on?
Oh yeah, we definitely went on a tangent then. Who do you think should be in the net? If there is another inductee, who do you think it should be, George? Give me a name.
I don't know. Anybody that's any good and that's not dead is already in it, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe somebody like Rey Mysterio. I don't think he's got much longer left.
Really, Rey Mysterio?
Somebody like that, yeah. Sting's the obvious choice, but he won't share. When he goes in, he'll be like the main
Yeah.
the main name that goes in.
He's in the TNA Hall of Fame anyway, doesn't he?
It's not a Hall of Fame. We've been through this before.
Sorry, the Wall of Shame. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just a poster of him in Dixie Carter's office. That's all it is.
Not even that. He's just got a new T-shirt that says Hall of Fame on a little banner type thing.
It's actually just his business card. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's it.
Kurt Angle wrecked off my tits on 5 Hour Energy every week.
Yeah, pretty much. Interesting thing about TNA, we never talk TNA anymore, but I am so behind with TNA that I've only just found out who the investor is. It's quite funny. By the way, the investor's MVP, and that show was like, I think it was the second week of January that show went out live.
You're slightly behind.
Fuck's sake.
And I was like, wow, it's MVP. That's how behind I am. Because I just like haven't had the time to watch it.
Do you know why I've given up on TNA?
It's actually getting quite good, to be honest with you. It's shockingly, it is quite good. Magnus is a good champ. But go on, why have you given up? Because you hate wrestling?
Because, well, yeah, that, but they do stupid things, like they'll tape 6 weeks of TV at once, and then they'll do a house show in some random place in America and do a title change when they've already got another 3 weeks of TV already recorded.
Yeah, I have noticed that actually, yeah, that is true.
That's
like,
why, because they're fucking idiots running that company.
The thing with Japan is quite good at the minute, like, I haven't really seen any of it, but I know they've got a deal with Japan at the minute.
No, by the time you get to that, it'll be Christmas, for fuck's sake.
I know. I remember a few years ago, right, interestingly, when I first started talking to Mark Statso himself, this was a good few years ago, and we were tweeting that, and I was that far behind that TNA had blue ropes for about 6 months, and I was still watching a 6-sided ring. That's how far behind I was, and I refused to just go, oh fuck it, I'll catch you up. I was like, no, I want to know what happened. Like, so it was that far behind that people were like, oh, this new TNA is weird. Hulk Hogan was there, Eric Bischoff was there, and I was still like, there wasn't even the TNA title, I think. It was that far back. It was like fucking, he was still NWO, not NWO, NWA, the NWA belt and that. I was like, I was so far behind, and he was tweeting me, and I was like, yeah, I'm a little bit behind. And I was talking to him, and he was like, oh, don't tell me what happens. I was like, it was like 9 months ago. What are you on about? Oh, yeah, you can tell me that. I was just like, fucking hell. So, yeah. I'm never really good with TNA. I don't like to watch one episode. I like to watch like a month of them. I'm like that with NXT. I'll hold back a little bit, and then I'll watch a lot of NXT. I do quite like doing that, but I haven't really caught up with NXT yet. But, there you go. Anyway. We've got a tweet from Whoop Whoop. Davey. Woo.
He said, screw the network, I found 4 black bags full of WWF videos from the 90s. I'll be sorted to be on a video player.
Oh my god, Davey, I've got something to tell you. I know this isn't a...
DVDs and all.
these things called movies on discs. You want to try that? No, I Facebooked this the other day, right? That, and I'm getting on this, I'm not asked. That, this isn't a plug, by the way. Max Spielman, the photo guy.
Yeah.
That's Max Spielman. They convert videos to DVDs. Your personal videos, they convert to DVDs for £1. £1 a video. Now I'm assuming they think home videos, but it says WWE home video on every single video.
Well,
so,
bothered.
So I was like, I am taking UK Rampage 92 in there. That is me. So yeah, if you want to...
It'd probably be worth, Dave, you're just investing in a video to DVD converter.
No, how many videos have you got, Davey?
4 black bags full.
Yeah, how big are the black bags? I'm not saying like bin bags, you know what I mean?
You don't know that.
I'm just saying. Alright. I wonder how many you've got, and what's your most rare, what's your most obscure video that you've got? I think UK Rampage is mine, like, to be honest. Don't think there's another one of them. I've got Capital Carnage 1999 on DVD. See Jackie's boobs. Just saying.
Nice. Nice. That's a lender.
on
Get that on the
YouTube, lad.
download.
On YouTube. Yeah, who do you think? Who would you say deserves to go in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't really
care.
No. To be fair, that's probably the best way to put it.
Okay.
I don't.
Alright.
I mean, you know, it's all good and that, and you know, for like the actual legends of the company.
But who is a legend these days? Like, who you think's amazing? Someone could be like, who? Like, am I being funny? Like,
George settled it all in.
Like, Kofi Kingston is some people's favourite wrestler because if you go on Twitter, these sites dedicated, these like Twitter's dedicated to him. Love Kofi Kingston. Oh my god, he's the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah, but the way I see the Hall of Fame is like you've got to like you can't still be wrestling.
No, you can't. But what I mean is that's like these people who think their favourite wrestler is somebody you would be like, who? Or you'd be like, ah, you know what I mean?
Tripping balls, this guy.
I'm thinking, right, I think they should just throw a proper curveball, and if they're going to have a stable, which I think the DX should be going in, but if that's the stable, that's the only stable I can think of, unless Evolution go in, but that's not going to fucking work.
It makes no sense to put DX in.
Because Triple H want to win on his own.
Yeah, and also because Triple H is playing a heel on TV, so they're not going to want to do that, are they? They want to make a big deal out of it when he goes in.
Yeah, but he can go in on his own. Flair did it.
No, but not when he's a heel, they can't. Flair wasn't a heel when he went in.
It's got to be unaffiliated.
No, yeah, but I mean, like, Flair went in on his own, and then Flair went in in the Four Horsemen. So they could do it like DX going in as DX. Because Shawn Michaels have gone in, but Shawn Michaels is still going. You know what I mean?
China should be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
That'd be funny. Just to see the look on China Light's face.
Like, to be fair, interesting fact, I was emailing backwards and forwards.
With China?
China's
porn producer?
No. China's, maybe, I don't know who it was. China's like management about the interview not so long ago. Because I just seen it on Twitter, and it was like one of those things that I was just emailing. I wasn't emailing, I wasn't tweeting either. I was like tweeting the people who follow me and being like, hey, do you want to think of the interview? And she got back to me, by the way, and was like, get in touch with your management, see what they say. And I did, and then we were emailing backwards and forwards for quite a bit, and then it just faded off. But yeah, I nearly got the interview with China.
Then he's right now.
This is something you just decide to tell me now, like.
No, it wasn't like a thing that was, until it was going to happen, I wasn't going to be telling anyone, really. I wasn't like, oh my god, big news. I wasn't tweeting out like, get your questions in, people, come on. I was just like emailing backwards and forwards, and he was like proper interested, and then it just kind of dwindled away.
Just for your information, they are bin bags.
Okay.
There is a hell of a lot.
Okay.
We've got Mayhem in Manchester from April the 4th, 98, which he attended. I'm pretty sure we had Mayhem in Manchester.
I was just thinking that. Davey, can you see yourself in the crowd? That'd be fucking shit. You know what I mean? That'd be boss.
And did you throw out the whoop whoop? Can you remember?
in 1998.
At any
Whoop
point,
whoop.
did you like...
Imagine.
Did you like future whoop whoop?
just one. Whoop. Yeah, there you go. What was we saying, George? Yeah, why would I have to? Should I have told you? Do we have to tell you every bit of business that I go through? You don't tell me all your business, surely.
When it's to do with the site, yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I apologise. Nah, there wasn't anything like to tell until he actually was like, yeah, sort it out. Like that's.
I'm only joking, you twat. Fuck's sake.
Just saying. That's why I didn't think it, because I was like, you know, you want a twat? I'm just saying. Shut up, man.
Yeah, what about Rikishi? Why not put him in the Hall of Fame?
I was just going to say that, but I didn't know if that was a ridiculous shout or not.
Well, if Rikishi's going in, I want the Main Street Posse going in.
Main Street Posse.
Shout out to Pete Gas, aka Alex Hazelwood.
No, Joey Abs was the way forward.
Joey Abs, funny. I wonder where they are. I wonder if any of them actually wrestle. What was the other one? Pete Gas, Joey Abs, and
Rodney.
Rodney, man. Rodney, what a guy. What a fucking guy.
Those sweater vests were the way forward.
I know. Remember when we used to dress like the Main Street Posse?
I think we should go to a show as the Main Street Posse, that'd be quite fun.
I remember when you used to dress like the Blue Meanie, though.
Is that just because Greg's clothes wouldn't fit?
Yeah, me like me bra t-shirt. Yeah. Sam?
And your tiny shorts.
Yeah, doing a little dance with me painted on goggles.
Yeah.
Did that, yeah. Wanted to be gold dust a little bit. Big fat gold dust. Whatever. Well, I have a naked median. I'm not asked.
So just Goldust in the 90s then, is pretty much.
Yeah, basically. Right, we've gone totally off thingy. Right, this is where we're going to get serious for a minute, people. Right, I know this is going to be hard.
Here.
I know. This is a bit hard, right?
I'm just going to have a coughing fit.
Right, so I'll leave the door open so you can hear what I'm saying. Right, it's obvious that if we're having a Hall of Fame radio show and we are talking about who should and shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, the obvious question is, you know, going to be raised: should or should not Mr. Benoit be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Well, he's not gonna be, is he?
Well, no, he's probably not. But what is your opinion? I kind of know George's, but what is your opinion of the whole situation? No one, right? Because I know for a fact that you didn't really see him wrestle all that much. You didn't see him become WWE champion or world champion. You didn't see any of that. That was after your time. You know what I mean?
No,
you didn't see him when he was for real. You see him when he was in the Radicals.
Yeah.
Okay. And in like WCW and that, he was going on.
I seen him when he was fighting at the stages of being WWE champion. Like sort of, he was fighting.
Okay.
The upper.
So, but he was never like, oh, that Chris Benoit's fucking boss. And then.
Oh, he was.
I know, but at the time, you were never like, yeah, fuck that Chris Benoit. He's fucking boss, him, isn't he? Which some people were.
No, because when he done what he done, I wasn't really.
You weren't like, oh, I remember him. Do you know what I mean?
Oh no, I knew who he was.
That's what I mean. No, you were never like.
But when he done what he done, I wasn't watching.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching wrestling.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, if it was to be announced, would you be like, what the fuck? Or would you be like, fair play?
I wouldn't be like, what the fuck? I'd be shocked if they did, because obviously they're not going to. But I mean, if they did, I wouldn't be offended.
Okay.
People would genuinely be offended by it.
People would genuinely be offended by it.
And obviously he done what he done, and I wouldn't be asked. Like, that sounds like bad.
Yeah.
And it does sound bad, but like.
I think I could do your reaction to this in 2 words.
Holy shit.
No, somebody said, yeah, or I came in and was like, who's getting inducted? Chris Benoit's getting inducted. You go, ah, mate. that would be your exact reaction, and it would be so like in the middle of like it could be, ah, mate, or ah, mate. You know what I mean? It'd just be, ah, mate. That's it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you'd know. Like, that's it. It's a bit of an head wreck.
Yeah, it's like.
If Twitter wants to come in with this, then it's, you know, anything goes. By the way, I don't mind, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Davey. And once again, the man comes up.
Kids on the ball, innit? Who's this guy telling you? Go on.
He said he should, like Benoit shouldn't, which I don't think he should, because they're not going to. And he said we can still love him for the wrestling, but he can't be rewarded after his actions at the end of his life, which I think is fair enough.
Okay, that's fair.
I think that's.
I'm trying to be impartial. Yeah, a little bit.
I couldn't put that into words, but Davey has. That's like.
Yeah. So if he hadn't done what he did, then he totally should be in there.
When he was wrestling and that, like I liked him. I thought he was decent. He was like the fucking the
bee's knees.
The bionic. What the fuck did Jericho used to call him?
I know
he stole the robot and shit that, didn't he?
Yeah,
and like,
Mr. Roboto.
Yeah,
and all
Mr. Roboto. Yeah, and fucking, and it was all good. And then like I stopped watching wrestling, and then.
Wasn't that good then?
And then he. No, but I don't mean like this. I don't mean like he came out.
Well, that promo was shit. I'm out.
He came out called the robot. Now you thought, turn this off. No, but I mean like short, like after that, like that was he was still wrestling when I stopped watching wrestling.
Yeah, I get you.
And then after that, like obviously, he fucking.
It was what it was.
He went all fucking schizo.
Yeah.
And then, but when he went all schizo, I wasn't watching wrestling, so I didn't think of it like as.
Oh my god, this wrestler's
this wrestler's done this. He can never.
Yeah, I get you. It was just like fucking hell.
It was like fucking hell.
Yeah.
I used to watch him wrestle. He was good.
Yeah, kind of like it sort of.
It didn't really get put it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Into terms of like, like of wrestling family terms, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like it would be different if something like that happened now.
Yeah.
Like if somebody on the active roster did something like that now, it would be more shocking to you, let's say.
Yeah, it would be more effect, like have more of an effect sort of thing.
Yeah, because you think, I watch that guy every week.
Yeah.
But you didn't.
But I didn't because I'd stopped watching wrestling.
Yeah, I get you. So
probably long before that happened.
Yeah, so I get you. Yeah, so you were kind of like, I know him, kind of thing.
Yeah, fucking hell, I know who he is. That's fucking madness. What
yeah. I suppose, yeah. Because it's kind of one of them. Even if you opened that story in the paper and it was anybody, you'd be like, fucking hell, that's fuck me. Do you know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot. But because you can put like a face and a person to the murderer, if you like, to put it as blunt as possible, it kind of resonated a little bit more with you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But at the same, looking back on when like the fact that they don't say his name or anything, or they don't mention.
Well, apparently he's going to be on the network. Or he is on the network.
I don't know whether that's true or not because they failed to recognise him in anything.
Like that's what DVDs I know, but he has matches of him on. Like people have been when the network first came out, people were tweeting like pictures and be like, "Who's this guy?" Like trying to be a bit funny about it because his matches are on. If he's fought on a main event or a pay-per-view, I should say, he's
but they took them off the DVD.
But they're on the network on the thingy. They are on there, like. Or I don't know if they're all on there. I assume so. If you're gonna put one on, you may as well put the rest of them on. Like you couldn't have. Was it WrestleMania that he won? WrestleMania 20, is it? I can't really remember. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
WrestleMania 20 when he won the title. You can't really have WrestleMania 20 on the WWE Network. Let's watch it. But last match didn't happen. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you're gonna do it, you've kind of got to
commit.
Yeah, you've got to sit down and think. Okay, well, what are we gonna? Are we gonna have this wrestler sort of dictate what we have on our own network because we don't want to have anything to do with them, or are we going to be like, well, okay, this happened, but we don't condone what happened, but because apparently there's like a disclaimer of some sort on there. That's what I heard before the network got made, because that was one of that was one of the questions that were raised. Like, okay, well, are you going to have every main event, every pay-per-view without Benoit because he headlines WrestleMania, for God's sake? How are you going to do it? So that must have been a question where a lot of them have sat down and gone, well, to be fair, yeah, we're kind of screwed, but we don't have to mention them, we don't have to say, oh yeah, check out this, you know what I mean, and be like a big thing about it, but yeah, we're going to have it on there because it's part of the history of the company, do you know what I mean? Which countless other things are part of the history of the company that I'm sure Vince is a bit like, wish that weren't there. Do you know what I mean? This is just a bigger situation where he's like, wish that weren't there. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah. I get it, like,
that's what I think anyway. George, what are your? I know your thoughts, but try and be a little bit less shouty, a little bit more articulate with what you're trying to say. Your thoughts on a possible Benoit induction? Knowing full well that they're not going to do it, but if they did,
I think it would be disrespectful if they did.
To the Hall of Fame.
To the Hall of Fame and to the families, of his wife that he murdered.
Yeah, fair play. I really looked at it that way, yeah.
See, for the last week or more, I've felt sick because I've been doing these WrestleMania article things, and for the last week I've had to sit and watch his matches, and I feel physically sick when I'm watching them.
See, I know that you were like a proper fan when he was wrestling. Like, you've said a few times that like when he was wrestling you were never like, oh look, it's Chris Benoit. You were like, fucking Chris Benoit. So I think that it's a lot weird. It's like how can I put it? It's like the equivalent.
I mean, to give you a preview, right? This is what I've written. This is a exclusive for everybody that's listening.
Okay.
This is an excerpt of what I've written after WrestleMania 23. So it says, this WrestleMania also marks the end of me feeling awkward watching matches that involve Chris Benoit. Less than 3 months after the pay-per-view, he murdered his wife and son before committing suicide. Regardless of how good he was as a wrestler, it's those acts which define him. and therefore he'll never be considered among the greats, because he won't. It doesn't matter how good he was. He murdered his wife and his son before committing suicide.
Yeah, and that is ultimately what.
That's it. Yeah, and I get that, but I think.
And I don't even understand why. I know, obviously, for the purposes of the show, why you've asked the question, but I don't see why anybody could think that he could possibly go into the Hall of Fame.
No, of course, I don't think he should, and I think it just caused too much controversy, and I think, in a weird kind of way, which is a bit sick, but probably a little bit true, that if WWE was in the middle of the Attitude Era now, they probably would induct him because of the controversy of it. But because they're so mainstream now, they never ever would. But I think it'd seriously be considered. Vince would be like, how can I piss some people off? And I think this would probably be brought up as an idea. Which
it might get brought up as an idea, but I don't think
I know that, but like, I know that, I don't know if it'd ever come to fruition, but I know that like, back in the day he was kind of like, how can I piss some people off? And I think this it would get brought up. Shit, he brought up having an incestuous fucking relationship with his daughter, so her kid was his. Jesus Christ. Like, you know what I mean? Katie Vick, people. Katie Vick. So, like, little things like that, you think, maybe back in the day this would have been mentioned, but it's a good job it's not now. But, I don't know, I think everyone's right in what they're saying. I think it's just something that, it's such a question that every time the Hall of Fame comes around, it gets mentioned because it's so... Because I think Twitter has got that thing and Facebook got that thing now of like, well, how can I get people talking about my page? So they will mention Chris Benoit because it undoubtedly splits everybody down the middle. So people in our situation, we'll say, who have a wrestling website, who have interaction going on and have people talking, and we never mention Chris Benoit, and it probably won't be mentioned at all. Like, we probably wouldn't bring it up on a Twitter post or on a Facebook and have a picture of him behind, like, people Photoshop him into the Hall of Fame logo and that. And I get why people do, because maybe they feel strongly about it, but...
And like, they're also insane.
Well, yeah, it's that kind of like trying to get a bit of notice on you and doing it completely the wrong way, if you ask me. But
they just are insane, mate. I mean, when you think that, like, when somebody says to you, Chris Benoit, what's the first thing you think?
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
So, how anyone can justify even talking about him as being a potential Hall of Fame inductee needs their fucking head read, to be honest. And I don't care if people like me or dislike me for saying that. No, it's the truth. It's
ultimately your opinion, but there's no justification that anybody could say. Like, I don't care how good of a wrestler you are, or how good of a promo man you are, or how much you change the business. There's no thing you can say to somebody to be like, okay, well, he killed his wife and son. Yeah, but that WrestleMania match was boss. Do you know what I mean? It's like, there's nothing you can do in the ring or around wrestling or anything that justifies or overtakes the fact of what he did in the end. Do you know what I mean? It's like, everything sort of piddles down to nothing, if you like, when it comes down to it in that scale of fucking life and death, basically. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not a question, but it's something I wanted to ask because, well, we joke and we go off on tangents and we chat shit for 2 hours. I thought we could get serious for 20 minutes, you know what I mean? And I kind of like doing that.
See, what the thing that really kind of caps it all off for me is, I even feel awkward when someone uses one of his moves. Like when I see someone else doing a crossface or I see someone else doing the diving headbutt off the top rope.
Yeah,
that makes me feel awkward, even when it's not him.
Yeah, I remember when Triple H and Shawn Michaels started using the crossface quite a lot, and I was a bit like, why would you? Like, crossface should be like the power driver, you just don't use it. Like, you don't use the power driver because it's pure dangerous. You don't use the crossface because... Yeah, because it's just, that was his move. If you think of Benoit in the ring, you think of the crossface, or you think of the diving headbutt, and I just think, why would you bring that to somebody's mind? Why would you think that's okay to do? I get it, it's a move and people do it, but what? Why in your head do you think I'll put him in a crossface? You just think, no.
See, I don't think you could with the diamond headbutt because I think that's just one of them.
Maybe,
the crossface was the
yeah.
finisher, and it gets used.
Yeah.
As a finisher, and you just think.
Yeah, I don't understand why you do that.
I see where you're coming from there.
Yeah, man. But yeah, what's the Davey saying?
Says totally agree with George. Some fans might be pissed that he doesn't get recognition, but the feeling of his family comes first.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is, and it is a shame. I don't think it's a shame in the sense that he won't. I think it's a shame of how his life played out and the way it did. Because I think just the whole situation around it. I don't feel sorry for him, but I just feel like that's a terrible situation from start to finish.
He was another one that was fucked up on all sorts of shit, weren't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was like I think his autopsy said like he had the brain of like an 87-year-old or something like that because of that many drugs that he'd been taking or something. Like it was just mush. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, so glad we talked earlier about like Jake Robertson and fucking Scott Hall. Like they could have gone that way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think that's what I mean. It's not like it's just a situation.
Not obviously not the same fucking.
Yeah, I know, but like that whole situation, you just don't want to see with anybody.
Yeah.
Let alone if they're a wrestler or some Joe on the street. It doesn't matter. You wouldn't want to open the paper
and read it.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to open your local paper and see that something like that's happened in your hometown. You know what I mean? Regardless of who it is.
Fucking neighbour or something.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter if you know them or not. You don't want like nobody could be like, well. You know what I mean? I hope that whole family dies. It's like, no, it's nothing to do with wrestling. It's just the situation is a terrible thing, and it will outweigh anything that he's done for the 40 years before that. Yeah. I think that's kind of it. Yeah. But,
the final thing that I would kind of say about it is, anyone that thinks he should go into the Hall of Fame, put themselves in the shoes of his wife's family, and think how you would feel if the man that killed your daughter, your cousin, your auntie, your mum, was put into a Hall of Fame after knowing what he did.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
put into the history books.
Yeah, that's all. That's pretty much it. Yeah, there's no other comeback if you put yourself in them shoes. Yeah.
That was quite articulate, Greg. Yeah. Don't you think?
Yeah, fair. Probably. I think we did quite well there.
I was expecting C-bombs and F-bombs just all over the place.
Like that's what I thought. Like we never ever do this. We never ever go and talk about anything other than light-hearted jazz. I think we've done this show long enough and we've got enough people listening to this that I don't think it's a bad thing to I think we're all grown up enough when we want to be to have this conversation.
Well,
you know what I mean? No, I think
to an extent.
Yeah, I think we can't. Well, we've just done it. Okay, you know what I mean? I think
it's the first time in 2 years, mate.
I know that is true, but I liked it. Like we did get heavy, but it was still. You know what I mean? It's like
that's about what you know, right and wrong. And
yeah, that's what I mean. It's like I think this is why we started this. I don't want to. I love the way our show goes, but if these are heavy issue, then these are fucking heavy issues. You know what I mean? We did it a few months ago. I think with Orlando Jordan's character in TNA. We talked about that how backwards that was, and I think not that equating the two, but that conversation got quite heavy, and it was kind of like. You know what I mean? And when Darren Young came out, we were kind of like, well, why is it a big thing? And you know what I mean? It's like things like that.
The serious subjects can be
they can be talked about. Like you just got to do it right. It's like your opinion's your opinion, and if you don't agree, fine, don't agree. But I think it's hard not to agree with this one.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, but.
You know, we've probably used up our serious quota for 2014 now. So
yeah.
From here on in, it's just going to be talking about boobs and how much John Cena's a cunt. So
yeah, but, you had to throw out a C-bomb with John Cena, didn't you? You have to, couldn't
I had to. We need to end the serious conversation because people are going to start fucking.
You're like, what? We're watching Question Time. What is this shit? Jesus. I mean, anyway, we're
next topic.
Back on track slightly. Who? Where was I going with what I was doing? Oh yeah, right. Last question.
Farouk and Bradshaw. Boom. As your stable for the Hall of Fame.
Farouk's already in there.
Is he?
APA.
APA.
I would like to see JBL go in the Hall of Fame, like. That would be cool. What I was going to say was...
I absolutely love JBL.
What are your opinions on inducting people who are no longer with us? I know we've touched on it a little bit, but like, do you think it's a good thing or not a bad thing? But do you think it should be like, well, why did they die to be inducted? Do you know what I mean? Like
Sir Paul there, and that.
Yeah. Like, why did he not have any? Like, why didn't he think about it beforehand? But now he's not there. It's like, okay. Yeah. And with Eddie, as soon as he died,
he was still wrestling
when he.
Yeah, you talk about that was a proper tragedy. That was.
It was. Yeah. But I think it's just like when someone, and it's weird that certain people, as soon as they do pass, it's like, okay, they're going in the Hall of Fame, and other people like Savage and Owen and Bulldog just get sort of left. You know what I mean? Owen
See, I don't
should be in the Hall of
understand why
Fame.
Owen's been left for.
He died in the ring, man. You know what I mean? Like, what more do you need as a credential to? Do you know what I mean? It's like.
I think it was difficult with Whittle and Hardle, mate, because there was all sorts of legal things going on for about the last 15 years.
Yeah,
so
true, I suppose.
I think that's the reason why nothing's happened with him. But they have to be really careful. You don't want to just start putting dead guys in because they're dead.
That's what I mean, no. That's what I'm trying to say, is that...
You know, and not like what they're doing now. They seem to be wanting to put one diva in every year. You don't want it to become, oh, we'll just put one dead guy in every year. It shouldn't be like that. It should just be,
yeah,
you know,
I get you, yeah.
Look at everyone on paper and say, look, okay, so he's an obvious candidate, so is he, so is she, so is, and it shouldn't matter whether...
Yeah, I get you, yeah. Because if you look at it,
You know,
like, he's the big guy, he's the like, main eventer of the Hall of Fame. There's the woman, there's the celebrity, there's the dead guy, there's the tag team. It's like, yeah, I get
It shouldn't be like a quota that they're trying to fulfill. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, I get you. That makes sense. Have you got a most undeserving person to go in the Hall of Fame before we...
Coco Beware.
Really? That Coco Beware would be the most undeserving person?
Well, just because he brought a fucking parrot out, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
That's sick. Who would you say would be the most undeserving person to go into the Hall of Fame?
I have no clue.
Hulk Hogan.
I was going to say Hulk Hogan myself, I'll be honest with you. I don't know, probably Pete Rose, because he annoys me.
Yeah, that's a question I've got. Has Hulk Hogan found Jack yet? Or is that still an ongoing
no, he's still
missing persons case?
Still looking for his brother Jack, yeah, true story.
Alright, I'm going to say, just like scanning down the list here, I'm going to say William the Refrigerator Perry.
Well, he was, yeah, to be fair, he was...
Yeah.
Fair play.
Just because his name's William the Refrigerator Perry.
He was, did John Cena induct him? That's mad. When was that?
2006.
You must have that DVD somewhere, Greg. Come on.
2000, I think I have, yeah.
He competed in a Battle Royal at WrestleMania 2.
Yeah, he did, yeah. In a WWE Superstar, or WWF Superstars versus Football Stars Battle Royal.
God, I did not know William Shatner inducted Jerry the King Lawler.
That was a cool little induction,
that
to be fair.
That was my most favourite one now.
That was a cool induction, yeah, man. Sound? Okay, well, I think what's Twitter saying there, kid?
Come on, Goosey.
Kid the Bean.
JBL should be inducted, not for his wrestling skills, but his mic skills. I agree.
Yeah, he should be he best be the main event as well. He best not be like, he best be the main guy. Like last year's main guy was Foley, totally deserving. But he shouldn't just be one of the guys. He should be the main guy. He should close the show. You know what I mean?
He's a legend. Just even for his Royal Rumble appearance alone.
Yeah, he is. Just like, I can't believe there hasn't been a JBL DVD. I really can't. Like, I really can't. Regal should be in the Hall of Fame as well.
For his work behind the scenes as well.
Just because he's fucking boss. I love Regal. If you like, I don't know if anybody has, but he's got an interview, or two-part interview on the Steve Austin show from a few weeks ago. Amazing. Like, quickest 2.5 hours I've ever spent listening to anything in my life. I was just like, gone, done. I was like, oh my god, listen to that guy talk all day.
I'm just swear to that again.
I swear I could. It's just genius. Anyway, as always, at the end of the show, it's time for...
It's a shameful thing. You lost your head. A careless man who could wind up dead. You wear your sin like it's some kind of prize. Too many lies. Too many lies. All these words are true, and I'll make you believe. Yeah, you fight for air and some just to breathe.
For any new listeners, this is shameless plugs, by the way. But us being WWE, you know, love and life and that, it's obviously shameless plugs, which I'm still not really sure where they came from, but yeah, there you go. Shameless plugs, people. Shameless plugs.
Shameless, Seamus, Seamus.
They're the samest. Yeah, there you go. Which?
Jim Cornette needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, they should have a manager every year. I think they should have a manager. I think that'd be good to have a manager because there's some belter managers out there. I'll be honest. Anyway, George, what have you got for us, lad? What are your shameless plugs?
Shameless plugs. The WrestleMania Rewind season continues. So basically, what the point of that is, I'm reviewing every WrestleMania up until WrestleMania 30, which is 2 weeks on Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
6.
So we're up to WrestleMania 12. WrestleMania 12 went up today, with me shockingly being controversial about the main event. So if you want to check that out, it's on the main page. We're also doing an in-depth WrestleMania season. So Gary, Duckman and Adam are all doing articles that are focused on the 3 main events of WrestleMania for the next 3 weeks. Something that I put in place. Gary's is up already, you can check that out on the site. Duckman's is up too, and Adam's will be going up on Sunday. So everything WWE related is to do with WrestleMania until obviously it's over with. So just make sure you've got your eyes on that, because that's where all the action is.
Cool. Where are you, George, if people want to talk to you directly?
If they want to talk to me, I'm on Facebook and Twitter, but I'm not. Like, I've just totally ignored Twitter and Facebook for the last 2 weeks. So, but if you want to send me abuse, it's George SLTD on Twitter and Facebook. So that's where you find me.
There you go. You got anything that you want to plug?
Well, I was going to say David Improved then, but you might take that wrong. Just because he says everything quality.
What?
Well, I don't want to plug.
Oh, to be fair, I didn't even get onto that. You don't want to plug Davey. Whoop whoop.
No.
He might like it. No.
Maybe just put one Tom.
Kill Davey, of course.
Nice to see the serious side's gone out the window.
Nothing but love, of course, Davey. Nothing but love. But you might like him. Plugging off you,
Might do. Can't see why not, to be honest.
He might keep you in his dungeon,
Yeah, man, yeah.
So, at Davey,
Davey might take you to his dungeon.
that's who I'm plugging.
Oh my God.
This evening.
Alright, Sam.
I'm on Twitter also, so I'll plug myself while I'm there.
What's your Twitter name?
I'm looking on changing it.
Okay, well, what is it for now? Okay.
It's a Lil Pip, you know.
Okay, Lil Pip, you know. That sounds like a mouthful.
Every time.
Is there an easy way of remembering this?
There certainly is an easy way to remember it. I don't know if you've heard this before, but you can, little jingle, if you'd like.
What's that jingle?
Goes a little something like this. LILPIP DJANO. Might make it a little bit easy for you.
Literally, this is the only reason I do this.
I need 3 followers for me to hit 100.
3 followers, there you go.
Followers.
We need 3 followers, man.
I only need 3. You can use it all if
3
you don't
followers.
give me 3 followers.
We get like over 100 listens on these things easily in like a week, you know what I mean? And we get more after that.
And I can't find 3 followers.
3 people can follow that, surely. Follow that jingle. Get that jingle in your head. It's a little follow button, you know what I mean? Why not? Why wouldn't you want to follow you?
Easy as pie.
Easy as? Okay. Anything else you want to throw out there? No? That's it?
Nah, that's me.
Okay. That's you. That's you.
That's me.
A mouthful and plug and Davey. Awesome. Sounds like a great weekend. Anyway. I joke, Davey, of course. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. I, of course, am going to plug the website, which is sltdwrestling.co.uk. Go on there. That's where everybody puts all their stuff up, all the write-ups and all the WrestleMania stuff, and where George's WrestleMania rewinds are and all stuff like that. Everything is on the site. If you want it, it's there. Read it, enjoy it, share it, add little comments and that on the bottom. Let us know what you think, if it's good, if it's bad. Why do you think it's bad? Why do you think it's good? And then somebody will get back to you and tell you that your opinion doesn't matter. Sound? I'm joking, it won't. Won't someone come back and it'll start...
You never know, they might call you childish or something like that.
Yeah, they might do, yeah. Just don't say that you don't like the length of people's articles and you'll be sound. Our Twitter is at SLTD Wrestling. Our Facebook is SLTD Wrestling. Go and like that shit. To be fair, we've had a lot of likes this week. Like, usually we get a few likes every week. This week we've had like 17 or 27 or some shit like that. Like, insane. But yeah, keep liking the Twitter and the Facebook. I always say this, and we're getting a little bit less on this, but it still does happen quite a lot over the WrestleMania season. Obviously, we're sharing everything everywhere, but if you follow us on Twitter and think, well, I don't need to like them on Facebook because it's the same shit. It's not. It's two different things. So if you like us on Facebook, you will see updates that aren't on our Twitter. But you will see some, obviously, but interaction stuff and photos and questions and pictures and all that funky shit is different from Twitter to Facebook. So it's like two separate things. If you go on Twitter, we'll ask you something, see your opinion on something, go on Facebook. A completely different question will be there. Maybe not will be there. Maybe the same thing will be there. But there you go. We're also on Instagram, SLTD Wrestling, of course. We do a lot of This Week in Wrestling History, which is kind of, that's where our Instagram, that's what it is. Go on and see what happened in history, like educate yourself this week, or like today in wrestling history. This happened, that happened, this happened, you know what I mean? There you go. We're on iTunes with the SLTD Radio, search for SLTD Wrestling, rate us, subscribe. If you're going to 5-star us, or 1-star us, or 3-star us, just 5 stars, you know what I mean? Like,
just 5-star for splash the shit out of that.
Yeah man, like RVD that shit right up there. If you're going to put 1 star, if you're going to go on out of your way, right, to say, this is okay, I'll put 1 star there, you may as well put 5, because you've listened to us, so, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. And obviously we're on Spreaker, as always. This is the place where we are now. Follow us on Spreaker, share us, like us. There's a little heart button, not button, but it's underneath every player. Hit that, tell us you like us. We had a few the other week on our last show. Loved it. It's a beast. That's Spreaker.com/user/SLTD Wrestling. Go there, follow us, do your thing. You know what I mean? We've got like 3,500 followers on there, and we're nearly like, we're over 8,000 listens, which is just fucking insanity, I'll be honest with you, but there you go. Yeah, that's pretty much us, and yeah, that's everywhere. We are other places, but we don't really use anywhere else as much. We're trying to, you know, do that, but it's a lot of work, you know what I mean? Twitter and Facebook is where we're at. If you want to, everyone's on Twitter, everyone's on Facebook, that's the way forward. And I think that's about it. Is there anything else for anybody else? Where am I still in? Oh, by the way, we're back live on the 3rd, I want to say, of April. Is that right? 2 weeks?
2 weeks from now.
I think 3rd, yeah, I think it is. But we're next week.
The 3rd it is, yeah.
Yeah, the 3rd we're back live with like live predictions of WrestleMania. Obviously, it's fucking WrestleMania. But
that'll be quick for me.
Yeah, so that might be a shorter show. But next week we've got a pre-recorded show about the street, which is a shorter show. Just because it's pre-recorded and there's no tweets and all that jazz. We go off on tangents, we do sound very live. I think at one point we actually lose connection with George, and I don't like to do this whole editing thing. I don't like to play around with stuff. I like to think, if I'm hitting record, then I'm recording, and that's what makes us good, you know what I mean? That's what makes us what we are. We don't bullshit, we don't like, oh, I'll take that out, I don't want to say that, oh, that's a bit shit. No, we hit record and we do it for however long we do it for, and then we stop, and then that's it, okay? That's how we do it. We're very raw.
That's true. Imagine if we did edit the show. Like, if this is the stuff that's kept in, could you imagine how bad the stuff must be that got cut out?
Well, I like somebody once said to me that I listen to your show and it must take a lot of hard work and preparation to sound that amateur. So I was like, I'll take that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, this is what makes us us. We lose a bit of quality, but we have a bit more, you know, realism. Yeah, it's real, innit? It's not bullshit and like all, ooh, take that out, ooh, I don't like that I said that. There you go. Any questions, like anything like you want to know, you want to talk about, you're listening to us on in 2 weeks' time and you're thinking, oh, that Hall of Fame thing was sound, let's tweet them and tell them it was good. Tweet us, tell us it was shit, let us know what you think. Yeah, that's
Don't tweet us and tell us it was shit, that's...
I don't mind if people tweet us, I'll ask why it was shit, and then we can hammer something out and I can listen to their podcast and then go, oh, you haven't got one? Oh, sound. Okay. Don't be coming at me with your business over mine, you fucking bellend. Anyway, so there you go. Yeah, when someone else has got their own podcast with 8,500 listens on it, then you can fucking tell me what to do, you know what I mean? But anyway, there you go. We'll be back next week with a pre-record, and we were back the week before WrestleMania live, but I'm sure if you follow us on Twitter and on Facebook, you will know about this. We will see you in 2 weeks, as always.
You ready? Let's go! doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but fuck him, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still leaving him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him cause he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist.
This is 20% skill, 80% fear. Be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, this dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard he fucking with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
They call him Ryu, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's a prick, he's a cockpit type. Women wanna be within rappers, hope he gets shot. 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, this shit is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of shit that comes out of this kid's throat. Top.
He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He often gets a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth or does it stand for an acronym? No, he's living proof. Let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and his crew are known around as one of the best. Dedicated to what they do and give 100%.
Forget Mike, nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note and he writes every line. And I've seen him at work when that light goes on in his mind. It's like a design is written in his head every time before he even touches the key or speaks in a rhyme. And those motherfuckers he runs with, the kids that he signed, ridiculous, without even trying. How do they do it? This is 10% luck, 20% skill,